Hi, this is Module 11, Gifts to Students or Staff, EDL 854, by Stephanie Lane. Let's get started. Gifts to students can be broken down into two sections: fundraising incentive gifts and achievement gifts. Fundraising incentive gifts are to be designated for students who participated in the fundraising process, and the gift should be age appropriate for the intended students who participated, but not too costly as to interfere with the projected profits. Lastly, it is imperative to ensure the fairness of the purchases of the incentive gifts for all students who participated and not just a certain group. Special achievement gifts is the second type, and these gifts are intended for honors or an award at settings such as an assembly or a banquet. When purchasing these gifts for the assemblies and banquets, it's important to ensure the gifts are cost-effective and age-appropriate as well for the intended audience. To pay for these gifts, the administrator may pull money from funds such as booster clubs, parent groups, athletic funds, or general school funds, or even donations from local businesses. Gifts to staff members include special occasion gifts, fundraising incentive gifts, and all staff gifts. Special occasion gifts are gifts designated in a time of remembrance or celebration of perhaps a marriage, a birth, or even an award. The money to buy these gifts comes from the Remembrance Fund and raised by yearly staff dues. The committee in charge of these gifts and funds will designate the amount required per staff member to use for flowers or gifts when appropriate. Fundraising incentive gifts for staff are very similar to those for students. The staff members who participated in fundraising or won the contest within the event are allowed to win the prize. The prize should be cost-effective and not intrude on the intended profits of the fundraising event. Lastly is all staff gifts. These gifts may be given to welcome staff back at the beginning of the school year, thank them for their hard work near a holiday or the end of the year, or simply just because. However, money tied to these gifts must still be used appropriately. For instance, money can be taken from the staff collected funds, such as snack machines, staff dues, or fundraisers. Depending on the district or the Board of Education guidelines, this money may also come from allocated general funds as well. If cash or gift cards are given as gifts, then the value of these gifts must be added to each employee's W-2s form as well. In times of illness or tragedy, it is imperative to help members of our community, especially staff and students. However, in regards to monetary movement, it's important to know how to collect funds and properly account for the money that enters and exits the school building. For instance, it is best to have the PTO or PTA or any parent organization in general handle the money than to formally be accounted on the school budgets. Thank you so much for watching.